February 19th, our third weekly episode for 2024. Woo! I know, right? Let's go!
Excited.
2024. The Premium Advantage helps you save time and money in insurance and taxes. Go to the website, get your complimentary appointment. It is tax season. Let's do it. Our co-host, Mr. Jacinto.
Boop, boop, boop. What's up, everybody? Out in super cold, freezing Houston, Texas. Shout out to Houston Texans. We're super excited. Check out jacinto.com for all your latest jokes.
Today, our special guest, Mr. Ibrahim Nwagui.
Did you say that correctly?
You sure
think
did.
so.
Bonus points.
It's like Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Peach.
He's a B2B alliance builder and transportation and logistics matter expert. But he's much more than that. He's much more than that. Tell him a little bit about yourself, Ibrahim. What would you like the audience to learn a little bit about as we begin this journey of introduction and knowing everybody?
Well, I guess we can start, I guess, where I started. I'm originally from Washington, D.C.
DC.
D.C.'s in the house.
Okay.
And I've been in the
DC?
Houston area for 10 years now.
Ooh,
a little over
decade.
10 years, yep.
Decade.
Started my family here. And so I got 2 kids, my wife. So I'm here. I'm up and stuck.
Gotcha.
as the
I
young
gotcha.
kids
I
say.
like it. I like it. I like
Bring
it.
to that.
So more things that we're going to be discussing are solutions for small business owners and mid business size owners. There's a lot of that growth happening in Houston, in Texas, and we're here to support that effort.
Yeah.
Some more local updates, some federal updates about the freeze in Houston. Fun conversations. All right?
Yay.
But now, elaborate on Mr. Ibrahim because he's our special guest.
Yes.
And we definitely want to learn about the solutions that he has available for small business owners. I think that's definitely big part of the conversation today. Okay, learning what solutions are out there for growth. What have you got for Ibrahim? How can you help small business owners in Houston, Texas?
Yeah, man. So company name is Lion Sun International.
Lion Son.
Lion Sun International, man. Fun fact, my last name, Nwagui, means a young lion. Or baby
Oh.
lion. So, I'm
Love
the
that.
son of a lion, right? So that's
What
where
language
that
is
came
that?
from.
What is the...
I'm a Leo. I'm a Leo.
So my family's from Nigeria.
Okay.
Right, so that's
Oh,
Igbo, my last name.
Igbo, okay.
Yep, Nwagui.
Very cool.
So Lion Sun International is a consulting firm, but it's a little bit more than a consulting firm.
All right.
So I focus on business strategy and development.
Okay.
2 separate topics, but they run together.
Okay.
On the strategy side, like Roberto said, a lot of small businesses, they're really good at the service or the product that they provide.
Yeah.
And they're not that good on the actual business side.
Sure.
And a lot of their processes and their procedures don't point towards growth. And that's where my company can step in and just start the conversation and possibly get you to a plan. And if you'd like, we can hold your hand through implementation. So there's different ways to do it. But like I said, primarily on the strategy side, we're looking at the bones of your business. Are the financials pointing towards, the objective that you have? Are the objectives that you have tied to monetary metrics of success, right? How do you value these things?
Question.
That's what you got.
So, because you said ask you anything.
Go ahead.
I like it.
Ooh,
Question.
anything?
Well, the question is because...
My wife's watching now. Go on.
I
Well,
was
the
to
thing
say
is,
anything?
because when I mentioned metrics, right?
Yeah.
And so what I didn't want to is to limit the metrics to monetary.
Okay.
And so my question was, is it only monetary or are there other metrics that you've implemented before and
question.
things of this nature? I'm just asking because I didn't want to go into the it's about money. Yes, but no, not necessarily. It depends. But there's more aspects, right?
Well, there are more aspects that affect it, but at the end of the day, you're in the business to make money.
That's what we're here for,
or you're a nonprofit.
Okay.
And so everything that you do, essentially, if it's a part of your business model,
Yes.
it should be pointed to revenue growth and gains. And so now the components to that can be the culture that you cultivate within your business.
Yep.
That can be the outreach that you do, the way that you impact everybody around you, the environment around you, sustainability, all of those things can be a part of, the way that you grow. But at the end of it all, you're either a nonprofit or you're a for-profit. And so my focus is helping you to grow your profit, your
Gotcha.
bottom line.
Yeah, and so that's I appreciate you detailing that. One reason was because in the beginning it was revenue driven, right? And so my perception is not necessarily, because sometimes you may have processes in play where you have sufficient revenue, but you're maybe inefficient. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, these are things that you're doing, but you could be doing these things. Now you're making a little bit less, but you're actually more profitable.
Because they're thinking that they're growing in that particular area, but it's
Right.
like might be it might be the opposite.
You're right. You're growing the revenue, but it's costing you too much to grow in this.
You're not even
particular-
learning.
Correct.
Your business isn't growing. Right?
Every case is different. So that was
That's
nature
good.
of my question.
Dude, that's good stuff.
How do you measure these differences? Like, is that a process that goes through while they're getting or folks are getting to the process? I'm curious. I don't know.
Well, the way that I look at it,
Sure.
when I have my initial conversation and I ask about your objectives and everything, the other thing that I need to know is I need to know the factors that go into your net profit,
Sure.
right? And so when we look at your cash flow and we look at your expenses, the things that you're spending money on, the things that you may give me what you're spending money on, and you're not accounting for other drainers of money, because saving money is making money too.
So saving money is making money.
Yeah,
Correct.
saving money is making money too. And then also, and honestly, this is more so. I'm what you would call, I guess, like a thought leader. In the way that yeah, right. So my wife she's the technical guru of the family.
Okay.
I'm the thought leader, right? Gemini's in the house, right? But okay, so going back to pointing your business to profitability, there's also a benefit to having somebody look at your business model objectively. I don't have a dog in the fight, as they say.
Elaborate on that. What do you mean you don't have a dog in the fight? What does that? What does that mean exactly?
I heard that a lot in the corporate world.
Yeah.
That phrase.
Interdepartmental beefs.
Sure.
I'm a independent contractor.
Oh,
I don't have
gotcha.
I don't have loyalty to any thought process that's within your business, right? I'm only looking at your business.
You're literally outside the box.
I'm outside of the box,
Yeah.
right? Because this is the thing. As a business owner, you think that what you're doing is the thing that needs to be done, and the only thing that you need to do is just do it harder, right? And sometimes, that's not how it works, right? Doing it harder,
Working harder versus smarter.
exactly, or just perspective, things outside of your scope, right? You have a business model that you're dedicated to. Well, why?
Right.
Why are you dedicated to this business model? Is it just because your grandfather who handed down the business to you, this is how they did it? You have a customer cluster that you're dedicated to. Why? Is it because that's just who you've exposed yourself to?
Wow.
So these are just the questions that sometimes it takes an external entity to ask you, and I'm not afraid to ask you. Why? Because I'm not beneath you or over you. We're partners, right? So I'm going to ask you the questions that maybe the people that work for you aren't asking you.
And it might be uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, you're helping them grow, right?
Yeah, and that's what you asked. That's what you brought me in to do, is to be an objective, a person that comes in and just and looks at your business for what it is. And from my experience, right, because I've run multiple businesses. I'm not saying all of them were, successful or whatever, but one thing.
You've gone through the process.
I've gone through the process. I've taken my licks in the entrepreneurial role, in the entrepreneurial world, and so there's certain things that, and honestly, this is kind of a segue into kind of wide. I won't go too far, but there's certain things that I learned along the way that I wish that somebody would have been able to tell me.
Man.
And so that's
years
why
for the time.
Come on,
And that's
it
why
took
we're
up a lot
here.
of time and
That's
energy,
right. This whole concept is for that elaboration with
Absolutely,
regards to
man.
creating the connection, folks with experience, professionals from in Houston, over a decade with regards to at least in the local environment. So keep in mind, the professionals are available. They're there at the link of a button. Go to the descriptions down below. I like it. Solutions for small business owners. Now keep this in mind on the third party side. My perception is that it's easier typically to find out whether somebody in the third party service is going to be more beneficial than if you have to hire a new employee completely.
Yeah.
Is my perception.
Yeah.
At least on the analytics side, on the beginning level, or if your thought process is I want to grow, should I hire somebody to help me? Should I do it internally, or should I do all of that? And then also on top of that, for somebody outside that can give me some kind of objective situation and give me some feedback.
Well, that's
that
what
way
you're
you have
doing.
it from all over the place.
That's what you're doing, right? You're helping them figure that out. What is it that I need to improve on, or what is it that I'm lacking?
Well, that's what he's saying, and I'm reinforcing it so folks can go, oh, I have more options than what I thought I had. And then as you begin to learn, your process begin to become more effective, you make it more profitable.
Well, when I was describing the strategy side and the business to business sales side, I didn't even mention. We kind of went and I didn't mention the sales side, right?
Sure.
So the sales side is essentially exactly what you're saying. So the layers of the B2B sales side are if you have a really, really good brand, a really, really good good product or service, right? But your time is spent just making that thing better, and you don't have an advocate out at the events, the networking events, the trade shows, the seminars, whatever it is, that's telling people about your brand and putting your brand in the right rooms in order for them to catch fire and grow in front of the right people, right? So that's an aspect of what I offer. Another aspect of that is you're outsourcing your sales back office, right?
Oh, really?
So all of the footwork, all of the footwork of your sales team without actually having a W-2 employee to look after.
That's
right?
awesome.
That's intriguing. That's
prospecting, your market research.
I like it.
Everything.
I like it. Just so everybody's aware, we offer an affiliates program that is similar to this, right? And so it creates, it lowers the gap for you to start having income without potentially having to put money out. You know what I mean?
Dude, you sound like Shark Tank. Like people come on there and they're like, this thing is amazing and I made this much, but and that's when they come in, they're like, well, give me that. I'll take it on QVC. I'll do these.
Exactly.
Wow, man. Because that particular person they have the passion, they have the know-how, but they don't know necessarily the avenues to get there in their business and make it extremely profitable.
Yep.
Wow, I love that,
So
dude.
yeah,
That's
I
amazing.
go in these rooms and I kiss hands and shake babies. That's what I do.
What kind of industry? Do you have an industry preference with regards to or your experience? Is there a particular industry, or what are you thinking? What's your thought process about how you can support?
So naturally, my background is in supply chain and logistics, right? I've been in the supply chain and logistics field for over 10 years. This is what I came to Houston for. My dad was a freight forwarder. He started a freight forwarding business here, and I came to work with him, and I just worked my way up in different organizations and in different levels of organizations, to kind of earn that title as a SME. With that being said, what I focus on, it really crosses the boundaries of most industries, right? Of course, you do have industries where you're going to need a SME, right? But the things that we're talking about,
I was thinking the same thing. What is a SME?
I'm sorry.
Just to tell our people.
Some people don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Me neither.
Subject matter expert.
I'm some.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Subject matter expert.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Subject
Right?
matter expert.
So I don't. Rocket science isn't in my background. Can't help you if you're trying to make a rocket, right?
We haven't had a rocket scientist here.
We have.
You have.
Well, man, then you might want to holler at them because I don't have rocket science in my
That's
repertoire.
interesting.
But the bones of a productive business look alike.
Gotcha.
Right? The bones of a business that is organized and pointed towards revenue or whatever your objective is, it looks alike, no matter how big or small.
That's a big factor. You used a word there that I feel is key. Organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a big factor potentially is, and because they call them their organizations,
Call it
right?
organization for a
Because
reason.
they're organized.
Because they get organized, right?
A lot of times there's limited organization, especially when it's maybe like a smaller business model where there's maybe no need. They're like, oh, do I need to organize all this? And then so somebody with more experience says, well, in order for me to be able to tell to whether or not you're growing, you need to be organized. If I can't tell, how are you going to tell? How is anybody else going to be able to tell? So does your model include supporting an organization whenever people are not organized? I'm only asking because
So okay, so now you pulling some stuff out of me, right? So yeah, you get it out. So I'm going to tell you that I developed a very mushy initiative that what I realized that it wasn't really attractive to your traditional business owner, right? Because business owners typically they're not concerned about the mushy aspect of their organization. So what I decided to do, and that's the reason why I went back to school, so I can get the acumen and I can get the network, I can get the vocabulary and the frameworks and everything, so that I can really approach your business issues with the mushy stuff that I developed years back in the background, right? Because when we talk about disorganization, one of the key factors, and I don't even want to use the word key, but I have to because I can't think of nothing else. One of the key factors to being disorganized is ineffective communication.
Oh,
right. Ineffective communication is the Achilles heel of most failing organizations, right?
Ineffective communication.
Yeah, ineffective communication.
That's right.
And and like I was telling you off screen, Roberto, my approach to gaining effective communication, it starts with the leader, and it starts with that leader being, number one, self-aware, and then through self-awareness, that leader then needs to take accountability behind closed doors, but then also, regardless of where you do it, you need to accept that there are portions of what's going on that are you're the reason for it, right? Whether you did it directly or not, you're the reason for it. And then from that accountability, then you can develop empathy. First for yourself, right? You allow yourself to be imperfect. And once you can see and accept the imperfections within yourself, then you can begin to be empathetic to other people's imperfections, shortcomings. And once you are empathetic to other people, then you start to understand what they do, why they do it, and how your communication style is affecting what they do and how they do it. And once you have that level of understanding, then we get to the fifth point, which is effective communication. And if you can have that level of communication across your organization, interdepartmentally, there are projects and initiatives that will catch fire and begin to be completed at a much more rapid pace than you've probably seen in the past when you weren't self-aware, accountable, empathetic, understanding, and able to communicate effectively.
That is gold, man. I've often said it before. I feel like there would be no war in this world if everybody communicated.
Yeah.
Like that is the biggest problem, even like with families and business and every aspect. I mean, even comedy shows, when I'm putting on a comedy show and I tell the comedian, hey, I need you to do 10, 15 minutes thing and make sure you don't curse. And they go up there and F and F and F and F. And I'm like,
so
what did I just say?
No, so the nature of the ineffective communication is somewhere in there, you know?
Yes.
Somewhere it was said, but it was not. And it
but
was
I didn't say it in the tone or the time or whatever that
Sure.
particular moment.
It's
right?
also ego. right? That's what we talk about.
That's a
Because
big
they
one.
heard you.
Sure.
But they're like,
Nobody gonna
well,
tell me what
who
to
are
do.
you to tell me?
Right.
So really, it starts with ego.
love
But
that,
and you
dude.
have to be
You
devoid of
nailed it.
ego to be accountable.
And like you said, the very first thing is self-awareness. Right?
Exactly.
The first thing on your list was literally, let me make sure I'm in place here before I even try to communicate with these
You know
folks.
something that I found interesting as you were
Love
mentioning it, and there's the nature of the solutions that you're looking to implement, is that you kind of you need that position to be a third party because as a business owner you do the delegation, right? So you mostly typically delegate folks to do something that maybe you want to do less of, or you look or they're better than you than you are at it. You know what I mean? And so so you're typically not instructing folks. Typically not. Hey, and then let me know if you think I'm doing something wrong. But a lot of folks don't do that, right? And some people do, right? But a lot of folks don't. And so the nature of that, since you're not asking for that feedback continuously, right? Or every once in a while, and there's a risk behind that feedback coming because they don't know what your reaction is going to be. He didn't ask me to tell him or her what to do, right? You know what I'm saying? So then that's why it doesn't count, as opposed to the third party where it's like, no, you are asking for this because for somehow you're not getting it.
And they're ready to receive it.
Yeah, correct. That's intriguing.
And then another thing too is that, man, look, if you're the leader of an organization, 9 times out of 10, you have the ability to see the bigger picture, right? So 9 times out of 10, if you turn that lens towards yourself, you know what you're doing wrong, but you may feel threatened, right? Because like you said, you feel like you have to lead from a mandate. And this is something. Shout out to Dr. Chambers. You want where they inspire they inspire their employees. And they drive it through a movement. They make a movement out of it. Their employees will go to war for them.
Absolutely, man.
They go to war for them.
I understand.
You know,
I like that.
You got to be passionate.
And that's a long-held approach, I believe. It's not really a new approach. Actually, it's kind of like that's how folks like their leader is. Inspire me, make me feel. Don't just tell me what to do.
Right.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Who's that professor or who did you say, Dr.
Chambers?
Yeah, who's that?
She was my leading people in organizations professor. I'm currently attending Texas A&M.
What? Oh yeah,
I'm a little
What's the hand signal?
It's just this. This is the gig 'em sign.
Gig 'em.
Yep, gig 'em. I'm getting my MBA from there, and I'm learning a lot of things that I've been able to implement. Like I said, I have a long history of entrepreneurship stemming from my dad and then myself doing different things. But what I realized was that I had the passion and the experience, but I didn't have the language. I didn't have the frameworks. I didn't have the strategies to be attractive to a certain level of business owner who would solicit me to come and work for them. So now, if you solicit me at this point, not only do I have real life experience and passion, but I can do these things from a technical standpoint, right? And I can assign value to the things that I do for your company.
That's lovely.
How would folks engage with you? Like, what would they need to do? What would you like them to do? Go to the website, LinkedIn? How do they get in touch with you to inquire?
So I live on LinkedIn at this point. Okay. I'm like a social media, I'm like every time I get a ping, I'm like, I'm in it. Stuff is weird. And so. Yeah, so you can find me on LinkedIn, and the way that you spell my name, it'll be in the in the description, but it's IBRAHIM, and in my last name. If you find more than 3 people on LinkedIn with my last name, come holler at me because I don't know them and that's not right. My last name is Nwagui. Yep, I said it. You thought it. I said it. You thought it.
That's my favorite hip hop group of all time, man.
Come on, man. I was almost in it.
Come on.
And my email, it's going to be my first name dot my last name at lionsonintl.com. But if you go to LinkedIn, shoot me a DM, send me a connection request, whatever. I will respond. We can have a conversation. We just want to be, associates. That's cool.
Sure.
If you need some of the services, if you need me to reiterate some of the services that I mentioned on here for more clarity,
Send him the episode again.
That'd be ideal.
Watch the episode again.
Yeah, you can do that too. You can do that too.
Watch it again. Hit the rewind.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. All right, amazing. All right, well, thank you very much for all of that information. It is a lot, actually, but I heard it twice.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. Thank you very much for these solutions that you have. And as we go more, maybe more solutions will come up,
Yeah, man. No, thank you guys, man. This is dope. This is really good, man. I want to come back.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I
We're
wanna come
looking for
back.
that. So we're definitely doing episodes once a week. What do you think is a good time to follow up with regards to your progress, everything that has gone through? Every 2 months, every 3 months, every so often? What are you thinking?
Tomorrow.
Quarterly? Tomorrow.
But I mean, honestly, man. As frequently as you guys will have.
Oh, sure. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
We'll
We'll
do it
keep
like
you
that.
posted, and we'll let you know as more situations come up where it's like, hey, Ibrahim, come on. All right, I got you.
I have a
We'll keep you
question.
posted.
What you got?
I was looking at your Twitter, and one of your tweets says, "Bring it on, you Nazi scumbags." What did you mean by that? And why are you holding this gun with a?
Yeah.
Oh, is that you? That's not you.
And I don't think that's me. Like I
Oh, my fault.
Like I said, if you see anybody on the internet with my last name, and for that matter, my first name and last name, and it has
I've
a
been
gun
waiting this whole
with a-
episode to say that.
then holler at me because
This is
that's
weird.
defamation for
Yeah.
sure right there.
No kidding. Interesting.
Man,
Okay, so I'm on the
your
wrong Twitter
search
page.
history is probably so dirty.
Yeah. Which reminds me, don't forget to clear your search histories, folks, every night, just in case you don't wake up in the morning. I'm just saying, you don't want that laptop open on that page when your mom comes to find your body.
That
I'm
one
just
there.
saying, God forbid that happens, but just saying.
Solutions. There you go.
That's
So
another
I'm just-
solution.
Hey, there you go for you.
Love it.
Some more things that are happening now. Updates. The local situations with regards to Houston and the freeze.
Local situation.
The not so much freeze,
I mean,
right?
I wouldn't even know what to call it. The not so much freeze.
Yeah.
How did you guys venture? Did you guys okay? Did anybody lose power?
Nope.
No, not power,
I
not
was
power.
good, man.
Okay,
I didn't
good.
let my pipes drip.
Yeah, okay. All
I
right.
didn't wrap them. I didn't do anything.
You were out of town.
I was in Cozumel.
Oh, look at you. That's right. How was
Bam.
Cozumel?
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm going there. I'm going there in
What?
like November or something.
Oh.
We're going on a cruise.
Dude,
Oh, cool.
oh, yes, Cozumel, let me tell y'all something. I am Mexican, so Mexican. I love it, right? I've been everywhere all over the world. And it's always one of those things when you travel, it's like, oh man, this place had that, but I wish I had this. Or the food was super expensive, or these particular things. Cozumel,
Got it all.
Mexico has it all, man. I'm
Good
telling you.
food, low
Good food,
cost.
cheap food. The nicest hotel there is a 4-star. They do it on purpose. Nobody
Yeah.
there's no 5
I
stars.
gotcha. Now,
It's chill. It's a cruise capital, so they have this humongous cruise set up so that
Yeah.
all the cruise folks get off the boat
Boom,
and it's
boom, 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 boom.
immediately party, hardcore,
Fun.
whatever you want. And then
fun.
also the cruise people go back on the boat at night,
Yeah.
and as you just get to chill in the area, and there's live music, and it's oh god, I love it so much. And then the water is so crystal clear; it comes up to your waistline forever.
Wow, so you could walk
Dude,
into
I'm telling you. And when you go, please hit me up. I'll give you some more specific details on where you should do because So anyway, while y'all were here suffering and freezing, I was over in Cozumel celebrating my birthday. So yeah,
I got a dad joke about Coach. I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
got
Too
a
late.
dad
You
joke.
got to do it now. Bring it.
My kids love this one, man. So
Bring it.
if you don't like it, I don't care.
Go.
Careful.
Why did the postage man go to Mexico?
Why? No, hold on.
Never heard that one.
Mexico. I don't know. Why? Wait. Why?
Why?
Postage. I don't know. To deliver the mail?
Ah, Cozumel.
Oh!
Come on, man.
Too easy. Good stuff. I like that. Ibrahim will also be opening up for me at our comedy show next Friday, the 26th
Friday.
at
I was a
Hacienda.
certified class clown back in the day, man. I
Oh,
was undefeated.
certified.
Hey, but you know what?
Undefeated.
I'm not kidding. If you want to come do a couple
Once
minutes.
Once a month.
No, once a week now.
Oh, it's once a week
Yeah,
now.
I was going to announce that. Thank you for setting me up.
Starts next
So
week?
starting next week, we're going to have a weekly show on Friday, every Friday, paid comedians. And here's
Oh,
yeah, like legit, man.
Where?
So
Where?
at Hacienda Tacos y Tamales. We're going to put the link there at the bottom, but the owner really wants to make it the place for
I like
comedy
it.
in the East
I
End.
like it.
Dude, I'm
I
serious.
like it.
We got a
Makes absolute
budget.
sense.
We're paying these
What?
comedians. What? So any comics out there, DM me if I haven't
Yeah,
seen your stuff
I
already.
like
And it's gonna be fantastic. But yeah, no, for real. If you want to come out and do a couple minutes,
It
let
is
me
on
know.
my bucket list, man.
Dude,
I'm
come
Oh,
do
yeah.
it.
Check it out.
Great.
Yeah,
Roberto
very
did it
much.
recently.
I've done it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
Very therapeutic.
Hella
Very
crickets.
therapeutic, yeah.
Hella crickets. But you know what? To his defense, it was so hot that day.
Yeah, well, I've done it a couple of times. It's crickets.
The people were so hot, they were just like, they were trying to laugh.
Yeah, it's a
but
good experience. Okay, even if you look into the increase your
public speaking.
public speaking. It's amazing for public speaking. Now, not to say that not that people are gonna be trying to public speak, but it's a good opportunity for you to get it out there. Put a little bit on and give it a shot.
Dude, everybody has to speak at some time.
Yeah.
You know, family functions.
It's the best opportunity
weddings,
because it's like a closed
practice.
environment. It's good food. It's drinks. The drinks that they have.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
Drinks that they have.
We got a bar. The food is amazing.
See, it's a good opportunity.
And the comedians are
Kind
getting
of like
paid.
karaoke, but for kind of
So
situations.
when you say that, they'll have karaoke right before the comedy show.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and then there's a band playing after. Bro,
Dude, you guys
this is legit. I'm super excited about it.
Party time at the Hacienda
Yeah.
Friday nights.
Friday
Is that
nights.
right?
Every Friday night starting
Holy
next
crap.
week. And then we're going to do a monthly show every first Saturday of the month, too.
Oh, I see. I like it.
So, and that one's going to be supposed to be even bigger. So,
Okay.
anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah, man.
I don't think so. I was talking about the freeze.
Oh, that's right.
It's okay. It's all right. We'll skip this now.
We always do this. We
I
always
know.
start one way and end up somewhere else.
It's okay.
But yeah, no, I heard in Midtown where I live, all my apartment complex people said that there was no issues with pipes or electricity or nothing. So I'm not sure how the rest of the city did.
So one of the situations was HISD closed down.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
HISD closed down, and so that created
long?
1 day.
Oh,
1 day.
okay, not bad.
It created some friction between what should have happened, what could have happened, what didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know, all of that stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so Superintendent Miles came out publicly and mentioned that he would never, he said never, listen to anybody's warnings with regards to the weather and keep the schools. I guess I'm not sure exactly what this means. This is what people were so.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
man. I mean,
Right?
like it's just ridicule. Okay, you're the guy, so just take the ridicule, but put the kid's safety first.
Always
Yeah.
first.
And my
Always.
perception
And
is,
teachers.
and this whole
Right.
keep in mind, this whole thing is also for the opportunity to point out some positions, right? With regards to, I was thinking, well, there's potential solutions like a backup plan with regards to the education of that day. You know, like yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, remember COVID? Everything
That's-
was online.
That's right.
You know.
They did it for 2 years. What my
2
perception
years.
is he got caught off guard. So he wasn't prepared, which is, I mean, it's understandable. They took over the county. So there's a bunch of things that are happening that they're
Oh,
trying to take
that's
care of.
right. I
Correct.
forgot about
So
that.
people don't put these things together. Where it's like, but let's hope that if it happens again,
Yeah.
maybe they're prepared.
But plan-
Hey, what's
plan a
the
little better.
plan, baby? That's all I'm saying.
you said, man, we
Nobody's
have to
complaining.
communicate. We have
Just
to communicate,
ask
man.
it.
Communication
Communicate the plan.
rules the
If
nation.
it happens, no parent wants to risk any of their kids for that situation. We're looking for a solution from the that's me. You're supposed to be this me, sir. I'm just saying. Not I'm just saying.
Oh, I got a question.
I learned
Let's see.
speed.
Let's see how much you do. You have kids?
Solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
Let me
looking
ask you all
for
questions.
solutions.
Let me ask Rob. You ask me first. That way you can be prepared for it.
Everybody wants to learn.
In the zombie apocalypse,
Yes.
would you and your kids just got bit? Would you bust them in the head, or would you keep them as a pet and feed them body parts?
Oh, depends.
Oh, you mean like which kid? Carla, are you listening?
One kid is already doing it. What are you talking about? One kid is already there. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, but for real, if your kids got zombie-ish, would you, or would you would you
That's
keep them?
impossible to answer.
No, it's not. Answer the question.
How could I possibly answer that question?
Right now, do it.
I got to answer.
Sure, what you got for us?
You know, I mean, I have the ability at this point to talk real gangster right
Sure.
now.
Oh,
So-
NWA! Come
on.
Sorry.
So I would say I'm going to treat the zombie apocalypse
Sure.
the same way that I
Okay.
treat when they get sick, man. It's
Okay,
just like,
okay.
hey, if they
Yeah.
get sick, I get sick. So we just going to be zombies together, man.
Okay, hey.
What an
You feel me?
answer.
Hey, in the
We just going to be some
Yeah.
zombies.
You
We're gonna be
see,
the zombie family.
solutions.
outside the box, baby. Jacinto tried to trap me.
Premium Advantage
Yeah, baby.
provides solutions.
Come on.
We're all going in.
Zombie apocalypse,
Zombie
whatever.
apocalypse.
We're gonna make
Family.
sure we have this. I love it.
How intriguing. We're gonna learn a lot and set up the future for us.
I was having
coming.
this conversation at dinner last night, and almost everybody in my family was like, "I'll bust him in the head." And we're like, "Man, you didn't even think about it." Like, good lord.
I always say it depends. I
Hey,
always say it because you don't know.
If my mom
Like,
got bit by a
so-
zombie, I don't have any kids, but if my mom got bit by a zombie, I'm keeping her as a pet. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna shoot her in the head. Because what if we get a cure? So
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep her as a
it
pet,
depends,
and
it
then,
depends.
you know, whoever comes over, sorry bro, I gotta kill you and feed it to my mom.
I gotcha. All right. we're setting up for the rest of the year, weekly episodes. We have a couple of guests scheduled, Mr. Vikesh Patel, sometime by the end of the month, hopefully. He's going to confirm that one. We have Mr. Vinay Madabusi. He was with us before last year. He wants to come back and do a follow-up episode. Now we have the weekly. It's a little bit more convenient with regards to that. The raffle winners, we're getting some feedback with regards to that. Miss Kathy Hayek, we're trying to get in touch with you. Please contact
Kathy,
us.
hit us up. You want some money?
How to get in the raffle? Go to the memberships page at thepremiumadvantage.com. Go to the bottom, enter the raffle link.
Let's do it.
Or in the YouTube channel, go to the About page, also link raffle. If you want to be a guest, you can also do follow up both of those options for the show. Okay, that's it for me. I think I talked about everything that we talked about. Was the winter, the cold, the education solutions, small business owners solutions, zombie apocalypse solutions.
Contact this man. This is some amazing information. I'm blown away today, honestly, guys. This is amazing. You need to contact this guy, man. This is so good. Super excited. And I want to give a shout out to the Houston Texans.
Oh, game tomorrow.
Playing tomorrow.
Episode tonight, if you can catch it.
So we have an episode tonight going over with the picks we had last week, see where we are, and also what we're going to be going into this weekend. Stay tuned. Oh my God, I can't wait for tomorrow, man.
It's going to be good. Awesome. Anything else you want to throw out before we shut out?
Thank you guys, man. This was
No,
dope.
thank
I love
you.
this room.
I like it.
This room just like matches the vibe of my jacket.
Yes, it does.
I love
Set
it,
up your
man.
episodes. Set up your business
Shout
owners.
out to Common Desk, man. Come on down here.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, they said that
dope.
they were down to do an episode with the Common Desk folk.
Yeah.
So that's coming here at the Premium Advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Save you time
Sweet.
and money in insurance and taxes. See you guys next time.